Welcome to another episode of At Your Disclosure. This is your host, Tank Tovar, Alex Ruben Tovar, bring you the scoop on this fabulous fine and Friday, Chum and Taint edition, also known as T-Band. So when you didn't see Tyler, he didn't go like this. He already knows what that means, the significance of that T. Tyler over at IPE Taylor. Man, I can't even pronounce that name unless he was from Iowa. I think he works shooting floss. Just put it on a woven of split Lincoln logs through a G-string. Now, I'll tell you and explain in details as the reason for Chum and Taint, Stars and Stripes. Now you think it's either idiomatic, Steve Walker, or the American symbol, Steve Rogers, that you have John Walker. You didn't mix up the names, but the reason if Chum and Taint going back to Friday is for an obvious reason. You know, I have my girl overseas, Kim, Chum, and I didn't tell her about a quality movie that we had to watch where the manager of IPE partook in this movie. I didn't show you, and you gotta pay attention to the clue be disclosed because this is gonna be discussed further. Okay, so everything's blocked. That is Tyler off the back, no BS. And I'll tell you something too. You look at that man, and you talk about that John Cadillac Montague. That's the face of deprived beyond recognition. And you already know that when you see T-Band, that's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do is friggin' signify the T, be the gentleman that he is. He offer you a chair. He might invite you over to Dick's Sporting Goods. And be the gentleman that he is. You didn't sit comfortably. Why, he didn't ask, how you doing? Okay. You didn't skip a meal when you're offered seconds due to anxiety. But when you see T-Band, that's all you gotta do. He'll be the gentleman. He didn't ask, how you doing? You didn't stick a key inside an outlet, wishing my Xbox was working. Pops didn't friggin' pride himself. Oh, I fucked up your Xbox. I don't understand. My wife didn't get me this, and I was so happy and proud of. I got it to work again, and now it's yellow. So hopefully I can swap out the freaking AC adapter. And I should have capitalized the A and the C in AC when I had sent a message out to Kim. But I just think this is sickening. And it's only a matter of time. I didn't tell my first cousin in Mexico, Mario. I didn't tell him, hey man, you know, fucking, this guy's fucking asking for it. Well, my wife and I didn't get this place. She didn't leave, but at the same time, too, there's a contract. So now mom's all trying to tell me that, oh, well, they can't fix the AC yesterday. And the lady was like, all right, then, well, I'm going to bump up the freaking rent to $1,200 from $900. And it's like, whoa. This wasn't discussed with the standing homeowner. So how is this possible? And I told her, hey, man, you can't be taking advantage of someone that give you a chance. She didn't tell me because, unfortunately, you know, you're well aware of the situation. As due to the level of experience, your perception is higher. Meaning you can see beyond the spectrum. So this lady's insane. I'm like, how the hell does a landlord don't freaking bump up anything without your consent? And it's almost like, what the heck? You know, these people that put us through the worst neighbors, the worst everything. We have a freaking major from G4S, Dave Patney, and Daniel Bond didn't slap my mom across the face in front of Pops. Jorge E. Tovar from Allied Universal. And he started at Alert Security. Then he went to Universal. Then Allied Universal merged, so now it's G4S, Allied Universal. But he was never G4S. I started in Las Vegas, and I tried to get him with G4S in Las Vegas, and he was negative. Oh, yo no me hallo, es que por el inglés. And it's like, nobody wants to hear your pathetic excuse. You either do or you don't. There is no try. Unless you're ranked number 2 wide receiver in the league for... Oh man, I didn't forget freaking... Let's see, it's trying to remember exactly the acronym for... I know it's receiving yards. So it's... Oh, okay. So it is I'm trying to remember if it's touchdown receiving yards or is it something like that. I gotta go back to my notes. I didn't freaking try to encourage Larry Fitzgerald at least try to beat Rice's records. If we can't win a Super Bowl, the Suns then F it up. But it's almost unbelievable that I made plenty of coffee to make sure that I'm awake. I didn't do my bed, you know. Everything's there. Got me clean everything, and it's almost like, what in the heck? You help some people out. Mom didn't beg me. Oh, pobrecito tu papá. I let him 2 months. Years pass by, and it's almost like I kick him out every freaking day. He's a drunk. He didn't abuse one. Now he's trying to get her to move out of her grandma's. And it's almost like, are you fucking serious? She didn't vouch for you and my sister, so ungrateful. It's not even funny. But that's one of the clues there at 4647 East Shade Boulevard. And I'll tell you something. Working at banks, sometimes it takes split-second decision as to who goes in. You're in charge of access control, and you're a team. You get a hold of your superiors, your supervisors, your bank captains before becoming one. It's inadvertently becoming their boss. But what it took, the chain of command. And I had my colleagues in Las Vegas. I could have easily reached out. You know, I didn't get a new phone, and well, this is an older Wildfire. So I had this when I was over at QB first, and you know, I can't get that phone to turn on. I didn't plug it in to the Xbox because that's the proper charger for it. And you know, a lot of times you have it written down, but at the same time too, at the time it wasn't updated. The new phone I had gotten, so I had gotten several 702 numbers, and it was on that fateful day when I smelled fish, thinking it's Revelations where the Leviathan will provide the new generation with enough food to survive. You know, you didn't have high blood pressure, you didn't call in, you didn't survive that. Bank Captain Art Brooks didn't hang up. Survive! Going from Flight Simulator while having your drink. Microsoft Flight Simulator while having your drink. You know, you're not specifying, but you already know what this means. Similar to T-Man. When you see him from a distance, you go like that. You already know. 5 minutes behind the banking center. Gentleman that he is. How you doing? Ah! Okay. Dude, someone's ridiculous. Expecting someone to act the way he feels fit. It's not going to work out this way. Not today. Not yesterday. Not today. Not ever. I was raised here in Phoenix. I moved to Las Vegas and moved back to be with family. And then backfire, man. In this world, that's all you have is just you and your wife. People are people. Everywhere you go, you always find yourself. But the wife and I, that's where your home is at, wherever your wife is. And it's unfortunate that things didn't work out for us. Her mother didn't pass away. Rest in peace, Rolanda. But, you know, it was real hurtful for her to not be able to see her relatives from Illinois visit that day. So she left it up to there. But then again, even after her passing, people, men and women, that need any excuse. Oh, well, I needed any excuse. I was at Intel at the time, and she didn't freaking stay at her stepfather's house. And her stepfather would fucking slam Oh, I'd slam the table, signifying like, hey man, you know, I'm not comfortable here. Then the little brother, oldest brother, younger than her, will scoop some mashed potatoes onto my plate. Oops. And it's like, look, hey man, I'm about to raise some hell. My freaking thermostat gets messed with. We didn't end up breaking my 94 Nissan Sentra Blue right there on Van Buren and 24th Street. So freaking, I'm like, damn man. Then you wonder why I don't visit. And it's unfortunate that family has to battle friends and family. I had real good friends, some of the best friends in the world. We used to go fishing, cruising, customize vehicles, bodybuild, game it, drink, smoke, everything, man, as brothers. And now it's unbelievable that you're left by yourself. But luckily you could move on forward. But that's the whole reason why Chum and Taint, Stars and Stripes, then go back to FFNF, FFNF, also known as, in honor of my boy B. Dot Dizzle, on that fabulous fine and Friday. I can't say that, and because I didn't tell myself a long time ago, I have a lot of friends and family members that are Black American, that are African of descent. So I cannot put myself in that situation where it brings, you know, it didn't drive these people insane. You didn't force them, and you could have not broken a person's spirit. The person was still rapping in the fields. You know, you outnumbered your ass. Even if the slave owner was in Washington, you had Dave, his workers, Washington. So not all Browns are alike. But last segment, I had to clarify. Nutella Cafe, not Nutella City. So freaking, that's what I had, baby, earlier. And bringing back, what a sight over the weekends, just on different days. As you know, I don't know if you can see this, but this is black coffee, and oh, I got another clue. This one's important too. See the color of this? You know, my lights are a bit dim. I have a dark room in here. All right, so that's orange, and it's been confessed, and I would wonder, okay, who could have gotten off, but nobody if I do a little bit of coffee. Alright, so this is going to trip out everyone. And I got here some Nesquik. So I'm going to Nesquik some a couple scoops in there. See if I can place this here. Hopefully I could, you can get my best cider. See if I can freaking put this in a conspicuous area. And put this here. But yeah, it's unfortunate that family didn't play you inside of others. And you're just sitting there angry like, fudge, man. You know, how in the hell you gonna have this much treachery and expect you to be alright with that? I remember they had this like imitation cocaine. It was Coca-Cola, or Coca. I forgot what it was called. But it was supposed to be on Amazon, where it's supposed to be some type of, I don't know, some type of cocaine or some type of some love. I'm not sure what it is anymore. But all right. So I work at Tom Speaking Headed Road, Bank of America, and freaking someone had gotten off on the freaking drive-through. He was in a white Escalade, and back to what I was telling you about being able to see beyond the spectrum. You know, you're well aware of your situation. You're well aware your perception is at its high, especially at the age of 36. I wasn't born yesterday, probably trying to throw in directs. Oh, repollo. I'm like, okay, he's trying to call me chicken when he didn't get beat by the neighbors on the driveway. He had to let his wife get slapped by the landlord in front of Dave Pat Date. And it's like, fuck, you call me that? Three fingers are pointing back at you. You didn't never stand a bank in your life. You know, all you did was just freaking with the cleaners. But speaking of the cleaners, I didn't pull this out. So my wife and I, hardworking people, she didn't work. Fairy tale. I didn't work. Freaking G4S and among other agencies. A lot of times you're on assignment. So You have to play the role of this autistic person, but working at Humanity First Glendale. Coincidentally, I didn't work with Jose, the midget cleaner that basically almost ruined my fucking life. I didn't wake up one day, there on the ground, with all kinds of clothes right there, and 3 condoms. 1, 2, 3 condoms right there, used condoms, right by my head. I woke up with the worst backache of my life. I'd go outside, and the front ladies, my only neighbors on this block, I believe the lady would drive the silver Altima. She's pretty. She didn't look at me and went like that. I'm thinking, damn, Toro? Or you didn't notice my posture now. So I guess, so from the looks of it, sources point at Jose, the midget. He didn't work with Abraham Felix and Maria Felix on that fateful day when Misty Hawk said miss. Oh, but another thing too, coincidentally, her boyfriend, man, was a freaking electrician. Yesterday we had a thunderstorm and the lights were about to go out, so I didn't disconnect the multi-tap outlet. And when I connected it, I had noticed that the freaking block didn't turn yellow. So hopefully I can replace that with a new one. And I get my wife had given me this for Christmas, I believe, or my birthday, one of the two. Both presents there, the Wii U and the Xbox One. But Manny had also confessed to lose her in the back. They hit my sister over the head while she was holding her newborn baby, Alessandro. And it's someone opens the front door to your house. The first person who sees your sister on the couch holding her newborn, pop, 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 takes off running. I chase forward, just so someone go in the back and hit your mom over the head. Pop, pop, pop. This has been a constant battle. And it's like, if I'm here, if your wife didn't give you some freaking sleep pills, try to remember the name of those sleep pills, sleep aids. Oh man, if I could remember. Probably my next segment I'll specify. But she didn't put you out. You can't do anything while your family's getting jumped. And all I did was shake this little loser's hand because they didn't mess with me the whole freaking day. They didn't let others in. Fernando Diaz didn't let his boyfriend in because I guess I intimidated him. And I'm friendly. I'm almost either, here's your badge and that's it. I'm like, I greet and that's it. Well, what the fuck you all with me? I'm there to watch the monitors, make sure the building don't burn, make sure everyone's alive, training CPR, trains all kinds of emergency safety procedures. And you'd expect me, because I guess this guy's from Nogales. I guess he knows Victor Andrade, another 68 whiskey. And it's almost like, all right, well, on that fateful day, I had taken a picture of Jose while he went over to the generators when he got dropped off by the drive-through ATMs on a white Escalade. He had crossed himself. I was like, hey, that's sketchy there. So I take a picture of him. So freaking, oh, well, I better not show the numbers too, but yeah, man, freaking, as soon as I took a picture, we had this convertible, this red convertible, pull up, boom, right in the front of the entrance, right there at the bank. It was the handicap. We had this two detectives and this two officers came in with their badge here and strap. They're armed. And they acknowledged me with good job. So I had to recognize the badge. They came twice, and whenever Loomis would come through, they were shaking. They'll come all freaking with the worst diabetes in their lives. But it's always like, all right, so this new crew we had, this new cleaning janitorial service, Orange janitorial service, had been replaced. We had to replace Pivot. And they did a good job until it started bringing people I had never seen. And it's like, hey, man, you can't just let people we don't schedule, we don't know anything about them, but you're the supervisor. All of a sudden, this new guy comes in, and I do it with Misty Hawks, her being their supervisor. She did miss a day, and a lot of times you don't believe what you hear, but that must have been the worst thing that ever happened to you after your husband had passed away recently, and I was there. You didn't confide in me. I was there for you as a friend. Your daughter's a white witch. There's a lot of beliefs, and you can believe whatever you want. This is the US of A. You ain't worrying about, oh, what is she gonna think? But freaking, I recognize hard work, and we're there to work. What do I gotta do with me fucking talking to you? If you see me talking to women, ain't nothing wrong with that. I conduct my patrols. I get on the phone with my wife because I miss her. I gotta spend a night here till 5 in the morning. And even when I would get off, I tell her, all right, pick me up at the end of the street because incognito, you don't want to throw them off. But it's just frustrating, the current situation. But also bring it back, what a sight, to discuss more about just personal matters instead of just bank related information. So I hope y'all have a wonderful weekend on that fabulous find. And Friday, this Alex Proven Tow Bar, one half of Taint, Chum and Taint, signing off.